by the Jesus Christ message. The man has never walked. He's been in this situation all his life. But mama, he still has a heart to listen anyway. Would you touch your neighbor and ask your neighbor something really quick? What is your cry? What is your concentration in the middle of your conflict? Oh, come on, come on. What do you concentrate on when all hell is breaking loose? Okay, Pastor friend of mine was telling a story the other day. He said that he flew to a city that he had never preached in before. And when he got there, the pastor told him that there was going to be a gentleman there waiting to meet him. He got off the plane, he went to baggage claim. Nobody. Went out to the curb. Nobody. 30 minutes passed, he comes back in the baggage claim. Nobody. All the people on his plane have already got their bags, they're gone. Still, nobody. Hour passes, called the pastor, can't get the pastor on the phone. There's this old man sitting right there by the baggage claim, and he sits by the old man and begins to talk to him. The old man asks him, where are you going? He says, I just came here because I'm preaching a revival in this city, but I'm waiting on somebody to come pick me up. Old man looks at him and he says, that's fine. I'm here to pick up the preacher that's supposed to be preaching a revival at my church. But yet, I hadn't seen the preacher. The man looks at him and says, what's the name of your church? God told him the name of the church. The preacher says, that's the church I'm going to. He says, the guy asks the preacher, what's your name? The preacher tells him his name. He said, that's the person I'm looking at. He said, in fact, I've been watching you walk past me for the last hour. The preacher cops an attitude because he says, why did you sit there and let me walk past you for an hour and not stop me? He says, true story, says the old man goes into his pocket and he pulls out a picture. He looks at the picture, looks at the preacher, looks at the picture, looks at the preacher. He says, I saw you all this time, but you don't look like the picture I got. God says there are people in your life right now that when the sun is shining, you paint the picture of being saved, sanctified, faith-filled, on fire. He says, but the question that I have to ask you is, when you go through hell, do you still look like the picture that you paint in front of everybody else? Ask your neighbor, do you look like your picture? Do you look like the picture that you paint? Or when all is going well, are you looking like the picture? Are you looking like the picture of faith? Are you looking like the picture of joy? You're smiling at me now, but do you look like the picture when the storms are raging? The family is acting crazy. Jobs in jeopardy. Can God pull out the picture that you paint in front of everybody and say, that's the Lamont that I saw, or when everything was going well? Sometimes, people of God, God can't bless because we don't look like the picture we talk about and we shout about and we preach about and we praise about. I need to know, what is your concentration when hell breaks loose? Do you look like the picture, or have you changed where God can't recognize? Come on, Jazz, I'm done. All right, can you look? Does your faith and your fire fade when people fail you? Does your countenance change when you're challenged? Do you walk in church and walk in everywhere else looking like somebody stole everything from you? Does your